as a first intervention, I would like to ask Girish to include one more parameter, because attendance, debates, questions, supplementary questions, private member bill, calling attention, special mention is fine, but equity issues, what are the issues raised? You are talking about everything and missing the tree for the woods. The issues raised by parliamentarians, the nature of issues also is important. So you have, inclusive growth, but where is the equity? All our concern is, call it the forum of OBC members of parliament, call it the SC/ST members of parliament, because the 164 scheduled caste, scheduled tribe members of parliament in this country, cutting across party lines. We are here. Suppose I belong to a party, Congress party. The Congress party's interest is foremost, utmost important for me. I work 24 hours for the party. That's one eye. The second eye is, I am also equally interested in safeguarding the legitimate interests of the community, and also I have a right, responsibility to protect that they are not further put to any disadvantage within the framework of the Constitution. And by various interventions, both inside the parliament and outside the parliament. So I suppose I have been doing it, not now, even we started acting in 1975. So till today, we feel that we have to work for 200% to get at least 50% marks. There is what is called a bias in terms of perceptions, in terms of reporting, in terms of assessing you, in terms of making you fit for any responsibility. But we believe that given an opportunity, we are second to none. The type of procedure we follow to clear the legislation. Normally, yes, it's sent to a standing committee. It's a mini parliament. All the political parties are represented proportional to their strength in that standing committee. So, a decision of the standing committee is the decision of the parliament for all practical purposes. So, it will be referred to standing committee and they will give their recommendations, and the ministry again discuss that, and if that ministry feels some of the recommendations need not be accepted, they have a right, the minister has a right, because the ministry is the executive head of the government. Then they will bring to the parliament. Parliament finally decides. Every time a legislation comes, we have to be very watchful whether the interests already or accrued to this community are being taken away, because one small tree in a desert is looked up as a great development. You are forgetting 99.9% of the community still suffering for an honorable living. That is the situation after 60 years. In this country, reservations are through executive orders. There is no law. Supreme Court or the High Court, they interpret, give different directions. And the establishment, the executive, whenever there is a little adverse observation by the Supreme Court or the High Court, they immediately implement the disadvantage of scheduled caste. When there is a positive judgment, they will go on appeal. My point is, that's why I said in the Lokpal bill, I said that should be called Samajik Nyay Lokpal bill. Anybody taking the rights, anybody who is doing anything which is not causing any loss should be also called as corruption. Mr. Yechuri said acts of commission is not the only corruption, but acts of omission also should be treated as corruption. The acts of omission leading to maladministration should also be part of corruption. This is what the Anna Lokpal bill says. I agree, but why don't you, Mr. Anna and your group, include denial of justice as corruption, intentional delay of file, taking a decision causing mental torture, agony, and then putting a person into a state of psychological, what is called reductionism, I must call sociological term, that should also be treated as in the definition of corruption. And also denial or non-spending of the money allotted to the development of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes is also a corruption. Diversion of funds meant for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe development is also corruption. And even my parliament record, I intervene everywhere. But as I think Nigamji has reported, nothing reports concrete because it's not sensationalism. In August 2008, a bill was without discussion passed in parliament. That bill was to codify the provisions of reservation existing in this country through executive orders, because as I said, everybody interprets differently. So we don't want that. So all the executive orders we wanted in form of an act called Reservation Act for providing reservation for SC/ST in government. So this is what the act was passed in Rajya Sabha without discussion. We were not there, or even if we were there, we have not gone through those provisions because it was passed without discussion. Then it went to Lok Sabha. Before, this is in UPA 1. Lok Sabha went through that. Article 4 of that bill says, notwithstanding anything contained in this act, the following will not have any reservation. In the Reservation Act, there is a provision for de-reservation. So that is the funny thing. And that de-reservation deals with some institute of national importance as annexed in schedule. There are 47 items of institutions were listed saying that reservation of faculty will not apply in this category. What? So right now, for instance, Delhi University, today there is a reservation to members of staff. We are not here to compromise on quality. If there are people not available, don't give. If you find suitable, eligible and competent people, qualified people, then you provide reservation. We don't want any less qualitative person in this country. We are not for any quality compromise. But given an opportunity, there are people available. So this was, so I'm just saying, out of 47, all the 47 have reservation as on today. You sought to put them into another basket called an institute of national importance. There will not be reservation for staff. This Lok Sabha said, hell with you, we don't agree. Take it back. So that was taken back. And we all met the Prime Minister, we all met the Minister Pranab Mukherjee, we met Madam Sonia Gandhi. She was very, very upset. She immediately said why this provision was included. Then we met, I said, please, then they said, you review that. Then there was short time to House to be adjourned. Then we said, okay, there may be so many things. There are some 19 points which are of any controversy. I said, we don't bother. We don't bother little bit of injury here and there. But don't cut our throat. So we said, please remove that 4. Remove de-reservation clause in the Reservation Act, then pass it. Then till today, 3 years, every day, every time, every parliament session, we go and approach. That has not been settled yet. Still the reservations are continuing on the executive orders only.